The universe came into being through the activity of the primal atomic consciousness. There was nothing, not even a trace of appearance, before self-consciousness. And in this state, there came into being the consciousness of one's own existence, the awareness of one's own being. In fact, there was no time, nor space, nor cause. The awareness has no cause for it. Hence, it is futile to name one. There was no time. Hence, it cannot be dated. There was no space. Hence, its location is meaningless. Yet the atomic consciousness was felt as such, and nothing more. Why so? For there was nothing over and above it to be aware of. The awareness only of being was there. How long this state lasted, there are no means to ascertain. But the great miracle is that the self-consciousness was there. With it was the cosmic will, followed by its realization. The atomic consciousness, on account of its will and its instant realization, became many and pervasive. Although apparently many, it is all one in essence. When the atomic consciousness became many and pervasive on account of its will and its instantaneous realization, the energy of the single atom diversified itself into many centers, each with its own peculiarity and will. Hence the conflict. At any given moment, the innumerable centers express their will in a variety of ways. Generally, the willing atom does not know the whither and what of its will, but the effect is bound to be there. The tangible result of the wills of the willing atoms is to be witnessed at the moment of cosmic destruction, when the whole universe is reduced to ashes. The loving wills are not cancelled altogether. The great moments of happiness in the world are the result of these wills. The characteristic of the individual energy to will is always operative. It is its essence, and it owes it to the primordial energy. The primal energy that scintillated first is one and homogeneous, but appears to be heterogeneous due to ignorance. The quivering atomic energy is designated as the great principle by the Vedantas. The essential characteristic of the principle is consciousness. The felt awareness expands itself into ether. The expanse of the ether is a space. With a single quality, this great principle became time, space, and cause. Next came the three gunas and the five elements. The speed was simply immeasurable. The original scintillation moved in space, and that was the air. The air gathered momentum, and fire came into existence. The throbbing of the fire increased and became cold, and that was water. The water cooled even more, and that was earth. All the characteristics of the previous forms are crystallized in the earth and vibrate there. In virtue of this peculiarity, there came into being innumerable varieties of living beings and vegetation. And the original quiver pulsates in and through their vital sap. The original will pervades the whole range of moving and immovable things and is constantly active there. The scintillating characteristic prior to ether is filling every electron and proton and is constantly increasing in strength. As long as the quiver in the atoms is operative, so long the constituents must be in motion. The original consciousness sees nothing except itself. It has no organs, yet it is in action with innumerable spiritual knowledge. It is never polluted. The various conscious centers, hedged by the limiting adjuncts, only think they are different from the original source. But there is only one being, one spirit, one quality, formless, timeless, non-spatial, the one pure consciousness. There is no scope for difference or distinction. The creature, deluded by the narrow interests of I and mine, suffers pain for nothing. It is limited only to itself. Everything takes place at the proper moment, in accordance with the law that binds all, and everything materializes at the proper moment. This is how the rhythm of ups and downs is maintained. The controlling force of all these events is the same. It never changes. It cannot be that there is one God in one age and another in another age. Just a single quality gives birth to the glow of the expanded universe. In the absence of that one quality, all is pure silence. when this one single quality is known and befriended, the heart mingles with the heart. There is that supreme sense of inalienable mutuality, of oneness of quality in all, and all as belonging to the One. The supreme unity is realized, hence it is called the Supreme Self. All time, all space, and all cause have become one for eternity. The One alone is all active. It has no gain, nor loss, nor death. It is unborn, eternal, and yet is born every moment and manifests itself in every epoch. All spiritual and intellectual knowledge comes to rest here.